Assalamu alaikum and hello again. We are solving 2019 March. It is question paper 2 variant 1. Now this is task 3. It is about database. You are going to prepare some reports for the company. Make sure that currency values display currency symbol and are 2 decimal places. Dates must be imported as day, month, year. It is the UK system. Now examine the data in the files, students, rooms, and courses. It is in our source file, which is here. Now, here courses, the course ref. Here we have a date, and here is integer. The others are text. We have fields names, so my first file, which is courses, is good. Now, students, text. I have here the gender is like Boolean, or also it can be now text. Here are text and yes or no, the logical or Boolean. After this, we have rooms. Here are text and this is currency because of its title, weekly cost. So this is currency, it is money. Okay. After this, they are asking us to discuss in our words advantages and disadvantages of using relational database rather than flat file database to store the data from these 3 files. Now, it should be in evidence 4. If we want to discuss this one, it is from the theory part. Evidence 4, it is 4 marks. Now 3 will be for advantages and disadvantages and 1 will be as reason conclusion. Why? Because it is discuss question. So the advantages, all the advantages will be about talking about duplicate data. We are saving the duplicate data. There is no duplication, and also it will be talking about storage space in our database because of no duplicates or duplication in the data. The disadvantages, mainly it will talk about it's hard or complex to work on the relational database and more technical expertise should be set up. Now, the conclusion, you have to pick one of these advantages or disadvantages and talk about it as your conclusion. After this, the practical part starts here. I have to close my Excel. Okay. I will not make any change. Create a new relational database in your working area and import students as this table. Use these field names and data types. As you see, all are text except paid. It will be Boolean to be displayed as yes, no. Roll number will be the primary key. Save the table and take a screenshot for the data table as in the design view. Now this is the access, external data, and let's get our file from yes. Now this is the students. Contains. I am just worried about paid, so I will fix it here in the wizard. It's yes, no, all are text. Next. My primary key will be roll number. Next, and this is students. Okay. Now just I have to get some screenshot. I have to put it here with crop. Make your work neat and easy to read. Okay, now we should remember that we should format the yes no as also yes no field here. Now view your work. Paid is yes no, not -10. So close it and back here. The gender field data entry is to be limited to accept M or F. Complete the table in your evidence document with the words yes or no to identify which of the examples would limit the data entry and which would not. If the example does not limit data entry, explain why. Now let's check these 4 examples, example A, B, C, and D. This is a new style question in our curriculum or the syllabus, but it's easy to answer. Let's check by eye now, then we will try to do the examples. Example A, it's talking about the format. The format of gender will be M or F. Now to limit or to restrict the data entry, format is not your solution because it is just working on the formatting. And here, example B, validation rule, it will be M or F. With validation text, enter M or for male or F for female. Now this is my restriction rule. So it is just to tell you that validation rule is your solution to restrict any data. Your method, the only method to restrict the data is validation. Now example C, it's talking about value list, M or F, just only like this. In the lookup, you can find it in the lookup. So this is not a way to validate or to restrict the data, so it will not work. And here in example D, this is a filter, auto filter. Now filtering the data is not to restrict the data entry. So also this is not working. My solution to restrict any data entry is the validation method. So validation rule is the only working method, and we can find this here. This is the table in evidence 6, example A, B, C, D, no, yes, no, no, and formatting is rather than validation. B, the validation is working. It is not limited to a list. An auto filter on existing data, it is not a validation. Now, if you can answer this just like what we did, it will be to save your time. But if one of these methods or examples, it's new for you, you have to find out practically why it is not working. Okay. Now, after this, it is in evidence 6 in your evidence file. Now question 21. Import the file M219 courses CSV as a new table in your database. Use these field names and data types. The first 3 are text. The fourth one will be date as long date, and weeks is numeric integer, tutor will be text. So my work will be here, and we have to remember that date, I have to reformat it in the table design. Course ref will be my primary key. Okay, now back here, text file, browse and find courses here. Okay, now next, contains, now the advanced. As we see, the first are text, here it is date, 4 digits, it's DMY, and here it is not long integer, it is just only the integer to save our memory. And okay, now my primary key will be course ref as requested, and these are the steps, finish and close. First thing I have to do is to design my work to make this start date, as they asked me, to be long date, and this number is integer, so I have to save my work and view the start date. It is as requested. Now what else? In your evidence file, screenshot for field names and data types in this table. So they are talking about the design view. Back to design view, and I advise you to take it by showing the format of a start date like this. Now you can back here to evidence 7 and also make your screenshot. Be careful that every time the title with its screenshot, you have to crop and make it in a neat and clear way. Question 22. Create a data entry form using all these fields in the students table. The form must display only one record at a time. Apply at least 4 features to this form to make design user-friendly. This is we are doing in both in data entry form in the practical database and also in chapter 6 for the data entry form. Now it's talking about the students table. Here create and go to form. Now what shall I do? I will go to the design, new student. I don't have any logo. I can add some buttons. First record, previous, as easy as this. Now next, last, for record operation I can make save, for form we can make close form, and you can add whatever buttons that you need. I can add some title here, new student. Okay, let's work on the title. Students, it will be, I have deleted the icon for the form, and I will add some label. Tabular school Summer School. Because it is a title, I will make some changes here like this. I may make it also in darker and large font. Students here also in bold. Now let's find out students, yes, the view. Now I can make paid in radio buttons, gender to be in list. So let's do in the design view paid. To make it as yes, no, I can click here on the option group, then just one click, the labels, yes and no, next. I have maybe some default choice or I don't have, then yes will be -1 and no will be 0, and I have to store this in paid. Next, it will be as an option button. My label will be paid to replace paid. Now I can delete this one and add my paid here. I can make some format. Here, as this is the yes, and here no. Okay. Now, yes and no is done. Save your work and check. Tamam. Now let's work on gender. Gender, as we know, it will be a list. Now I will click here on combo box and work on gender. I want the combo box to take some values from another table. No, I will type. So it will be M or F. Then next, store the data in gender, and this label will be gender, and finish. So I will delete gender from this. Okay, now what to do? It's 1 unit. I can click here and go to the layout here, remove layout. Now I can just drag this to be below the gender, and here. Okay, now I have to save and view. It is Fm, as you see, and here we have the radio buttons. Also, we may add some another property for roll number to make it as list box. Now it's not that useful, but it is one of the features, so we can use here list box. I will not type. I want the list from the table or query. Find a record on the form. So I will get it from here as roll number. It will be ascending also according to the roll number. Now store it in also roll number, nothing to do. And finish. Now roll number, delete this and bring this. Now you are here. Save and view. Okay, now you can pick from the list. After this, we can also in the design view add some labels here to tell your user what to do. Pick male, M for male, F for female, and so on, as a guide for the user. Now, save and view. Okay, it will be like this. Now, what they are asking me to do: apply for features, use the data entry form to enter this data as a new record. We have to enter this data carefully. We don't have to make any mistake. So this is to add new, and roll number will be here 296. Now, after I have entered the whole data, I have to be careful about my data and take screenshot, then go to the evidence 8. Here we have the evidence file, screenshot, list of features that you have applied. So we have to tell that we have done the checklist, we have added some hints and notes, we have added some title, navigation buttons, and so on. If we find it here, it's like this. They have done the list, the combo box, the radio buttons, and here are the features that they are talking about. Now let's go to the next question, 25. Import the last file rooms as a new table in your database. All are text except weekly cost. It will be numeric currency. ACC code will be the primary key. So close the form, then external text file browse rooms. Okay, now the advanced, here it should be currency, and okay, next, choose, it will be a account code, next, and rooms. Now we have to close and back to make in the design view the currency. It will be currency, and decimal places should be 2 as the brief note. Yes. Now we have standard work. I'm done with this. Let's check. Also, they want the table design screenshot. Okay. And make your screenshot, put it in evidence 9, crop and make it in tidy way and neat. Save your evidence file, don't forget, and back to your question paper. Create one-to-many relationships between the tables ACC code to the foreign code, which is ACC code primary to foreign. As you see, this is also the first time that they are talking about the relationships here to announce which is the primary and the foreign. But as you know, one-to-many is talking about a relationship between primary to foreign. Now close the tables, database tools, relationship, pick all the tables, close. Now ACC code with ACC code and enforce. Now course code with course ref, enforce, create, make it like this. Now we should have this screenshot. Then this screenshot with this screenshot resize, no need to be as large as this. I will keep both here together. Okay, this is enough, and crop this one. Make them all together in the same page. Save your work after cropping. Save the relationship and close. Now question 27. Produce a tabular report using fields from relevant tables. So they are talking about the 3 tables. Show only the fields. Now when they are talking about show only the fields, they are talking about the query and also the report to pick these fields. And to be in this order, it will be in the table, in the report wizard. Display data and labels in full. Also in the report, select only courses where course code starts with the letter A. This is in the query in the criteria. Sort into ascending order, course code, then a descending order of last name. This will be in the report wizard. Page orientation, single page wide. Calculate the number of delegates as analysis or as total, let's say, result. This will be in the report. Label in the report. Also the report title and the name. all of these will be in my report. So let's do the query of step 27. Now query wizard, simple, and let's find out. Roll number will be from students. First name, last name, gender, course code. Course will not be here, it's from courses for sure. Now this is the course, the location here, start date, and tutor. Now this is the tutor. Now I have nothing from rooms, and I have to check also when they asked me for this restriction or the condition for the courses. The course code starts by A. Is course code done? Yes, it is here, so I have nothing to add to these fields. Now next, and I will name it by the name of the question. It is step 27, and finish. Now go to the design, and I have to work on the course code, which starts by A. Now if I put just only A as course code, it will not work, as you see. Why? Because they did not say it's A. It should be containing A as first letter. So it will be A star. Starts by A and the star for the rest. Now save and view. The course code here starts only by A, as you see. So this is my only filter or restriction for the work. Okay, so nothing to do with the query more. Now this query will be my report base. I have to check that it is a query 27. I will pick them in the same order. There is no grouping. And next, I will not do the sort here because it will disorder the fields in my report. Now they were talking about landscape. Next, and it is also step 27. Okay, finish. Now we should work here. First of all, I like to work on layout. It should have a label, the report title, archaeology. Yes, archaeology course delegates. So here it has the title. Now let's fix size. To make it in single sheet wide. By this, it is all visible. Now, after this, save your work and let's check the sorting. Sort into ascending order of course code, ascending order also of last name. Now I can do it from here as to add sort course code as ascending A on top, add also another sort which is Last name, also A on the top because it is ascending. Save your work. Then what to do? They are talking about total. Yes, calculates the number of delegates on these courses and position this under the last name column. Let's do it. Now I can do the totals from here and I can do it from design. It's up to you. Now I want to count the delegates. It's the roll number. Here the totals and count records. Now this count records should be under last name. Here. And I have to add some label. The label is total delegates. Okay. Label and total delegates as they asked me to, and I will put it just next to the number. Now let's check the requirements. Show only, display, select only, sort, page orientation, single page wide, calculate, label, include the report title. I am missing just only my name. It will be on each page of the report. I prefer to put it in the footer, and if it is asking on each page, so it will be the page footer. Here we have page footer. I will delete this and add my own label. It will be my name, Hadir Yusuf 014, and okay. Save your work, print preview, and this is my work. I can find it in 2 pages. This the total, and the number is under last name, but it is right aligned. I have to fix this before I click on this. I will make it to be on the left. Let's check now in the report, print preview, last, and you can fix this just not to overlap. You can print your work. Okay, now this is done. Now the printout is done. Evidence 11, it's talking to take a screenshot showing formula used to calculate the number of delegates. Also, alhamdulillah, it's easy. Just in the design, take a screenshot for this in the design, pick it here for evidence 11, and just take a crop to keep this evidence. Enlarge. Okay. This is my evidence. Save your work and back to your exam paper. This is another report. It's talking about to produce a tabular report using fields from relevant tables that contains a new field, price. I can till now that price, it is in the query, it will be in the builder, in the query, shows only fields, so it will be in the query and the report, display data and labels in full in the report, select only records, location is Amman and paid is no, it is in the criteria of the query, sorting report design, calculate total price also in the report, display label, has page orientation, fitting, include the title, display your name, all of these are in the report. So let's work on this. Back, close and create query wizard and simple query. Now what are the fields? Show only fields, first name from students, first name, last name, paid, location from courses, weeks here, room type from rooms, weekly cost also rooms, price it is not available, it will be created as new, so next, and step 28. Now finish. Let's work on the criteria. Criteria is saying Amman is the location, so I will write Amman here. Paid is no here. Okay, no is 0. So here is no and the location is Amman. So criteria is done, but we did not do the new field, which is price. Now I will go to the first empty field and go to builder. I will write the name price, then vertical dots, then it will be weekly cost here, weekly cost multiplied by weeks. Okay, now delete expression. Okay, save. We have to know that price should be in currency, and it is done here, currency with 2 decimal places. If some problem in the format, just right click and properties, you can pick from here, it is currency with 2 decimal places. So it was unnecessary for now, but we have to know. So my query now is done. I have added the new field and I have added the fields in the order, and the criteria is done. So let's close our query and prepare our report. Now report wizard, I have to check it's query 28 and I have to add the fields in the order. After this, no grouping, I will not do the sorting here. The page orientation should be in portrait. Next, and step 28. Now here I will work on the layout, property sheet. Now what's the report title? Include Amman here. Okay, now we will fix here paid, and location I can just work on its size to make the other fields feel free. Also, room type as this. Finally, the price. Okay. Now they are ordered and I have the title. Now save your work, back to your exam paper to check out. Now I have to make the sorting, weekly cost descending, last name ascending. Now I can do it from here or the design. Sort, I will make weekly cost descending, so it's largest to smallest. Add sort, last name in ascending, so A on the top. Save your work. Also, you can make the totals here. They are asking us to find the totals as total price, and I have to put it below the total, the price. So let's go. Now this is the price. If you want, you can click on here and get sum, and by this you can just fix it. Now after fixing this, we can add the label they are talking about, or in the design view. I like to do it in the design. It will be total payment to collect. Here, home, in design, label. Okay, make it close, save, and I have also to put my name. They are talking about to add my name at the top right of the report. Top right of the report, it means the header of the report, not the header of the page. So I have to add my name here. Label. And I will make it to be on the right. I like to make it in black, just to be sure it's obvious. And print preview. This is my name, this is my data, the total, and I'm done. I can print my work. Now, after this, print out 3. We have done this print out and we have got our total marks, the 39 marks. This is end, and